Welcome to the Enjoy More 30s Family Finance Podcast, the only podcast dedicated to making life more enjoyable for young families by hitting on the financial topics that tend to weigh on us, stress us out, and distract our focus from simply enjoying life.
Hello and welcome to the third episode in this Your Money Multiplier series, which is entitled Just Get an Umbrella Policy Already. So today we're going to cover what you need to know when it comes to what an umbrella policy even is and the protection that it offers and what you can do to actually be taking advantage of it. When I was in high school, I got into an accident on the Garden State Parkway. Now, if you don't know, this is one of the main highways through New Jersey and quite the nightmare traffic-wise when it's in the summer. Everybody from North Jersey tries to go down the shore on Friday, Saturday, and then they all try to come back up Sunday night and are somehow surprised that there are people everywhere on the highways and accidents definitely happen. So a driver for me in this instance was in the next lane to me, fell asleep at the wheel, veered into my lane, hitting the car in front of me. They slammed on their brakes and I hit into the back of them. Everyone was thankfully fine at the scene. The police shut down all 5 lanes or whatever of traffic, kind of damming this giant river of speeding cars, which was kind of an interesting thing to see. Just under 2 years later, coincidentally, right before the statute of limitation expired for the driver or for the situation, the driver in front of me apparently developed severe neck trauma. Despite plenty of what some might call questionable evidence, the jury awarded her several hundreds of thousands of dollars. I don't know, maybe she was really injured in a way that took, a while to actually kick in, who knows. Either way, what you need to know is that, wrong or right, we live in an extremely litigious society, meaning people sue everybody. When you purchase your auto and homeowner's insurance, you may be focused on how that protects your car and how that protects your home, but a hugely important part of that is how it protects you from a liability point of view. Or in simpler terms, how are you protected if someone were to sue you? Standard limits kind of vary by location and by state, but we see most policies in the $300,000 to $500,000 range for liability or lawsuit protection for home and auto-related incidents. Now, upon an initial glance, it seems like, hey, that's a lot, that's a lot of coverage. People can also sue for a lot, remember. If I was the sole participant in that accident, the standard auto policy coverage amount may not have covered it, and that was 15 plus years ago. So what can you do? A coverage option that you can add on top of your standard policy limits is something called an umbrella policy. If you think of an umbrella, how it kind of covers over multiple things, that's the same kind of a concept and why it's called the umbrella. It covers your auto and your homeowner insurance. It goes over both of those. So this provides additional coverage. Most commonly for what we see, it's $1 million or more, and that's added on top of your liability protection. And at a cost of maybe $300 a year or roughly $25 a month, you can vastly increase your liability protection by 2 to 3 times in the event if this were ever to happen to you. And, I'm not alone in my example. We've had several clients over the years who have needed to utilize this coverage in order to protect them. Now, normally for them to offer this to you, them being your auto insurance or your homeowner's insurance company, you'll have to have both policies, your auto and your home insurance, under the same company. I'd say most people tend to do this anyway, as it usually figures out to be cheaper, but that is often a requirement. Overall, though, protecting against catastrophe is what generally comes out to be the smartest play. You can survive without the water heater protection plan. If it goes south on you, kind of sucks, not the best, but you can manage. You can't manage nearly as well if you're found liable for a few hundreds, thousands of dollars. So we always want to be having a mindset to protect against the catastrophic. So for today, a recap is pretty simple. First, recognize that your standard coverage may not cover you enough in a liability situation resulting from an auto or home-related lawsuit. Second, thankfully, it is very easy and very cost-effective to double or even triple this coverage to better protect you. Lastly, remember the general protection mindset. Insure against the catastrophic what could derail everything you've worked for. So thanks very much for tuning in today. Remember the new tool that we have for this season going forward, the Ask Joe section on the website, enjoymore30s.com. That's enjoymore30s.com. Ask any questions that you may have. A lot of this stuff is confusing, and how it may pertain directly to you could need some more clarification. So reach out, and if we can help you, we definitely will. Again, remember to please review us and subscribe on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. There are literally millions of young American families out there I'm trying to reach and help just like you. Clicking a star, writing a review, hitting subscribe, all these things help us show up higher in the rankings for more people like you to find us and hopefully be helped by us. The next episode is titled 36%, the Golden Cash Flow Ratio, where we will cover how you can stop wasting countless hours budgeting and find out how much additional you may be able to save in 15 minutes or less. As always, thanks so much for tuning in today, and I look forward to connecting with you again soon.
The conversations on this show are Joe's opinions and provided for general information purposes only. They do not constitute accounting, legal, tax, or other professional advice for your specific situation. You should always seek appropriate advice from a financial advisor, accountant, lawyer, or other professional before acting upon any content or information found here first. Joe is affiliated with New Horizons Wealth Management, LLC, a branch office of TFS Securities, Inc., and TFS Advisory Services, an SEC-registered investment advisor, member FINRA/SIPC.